It's game time. Welcome to the Sports, Bants and Prosecco.
Right. How you doing? Welcome to
Sports,
Bants and
Prosecco.
What's
up, people?
What a great week for me.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations because I don't think I've seen you since you won the league.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Apparently
we've got to do the Guard of Honour on Sunday.
Yes, you got to.
I'm going to join the match 5 minutes into the game.
Come on, Melanie, be a big sport. Be a good sport, girl.
I'm big sport. I say congratulations.
Yeah, I'll say
I think
congratulations too.
That's like good enough.
These people, people respect.
And Trent's gone. Trent's gone.
Well, absolutely. Well, we're going to talk about Trent. Yeah. How do you
Well, you know what? Like I've always said, you can't hold a man. But if somebody wants to go, they're allowed to go. You spent 20 years at the place. I mean, he's allowed to have, try out different ventures.
Oh, sorry. Can I just actually interrupt you before you carry on?
Go ahead.
Ladies, we've actually got...
Oh, we got a guest today. Oh.
we have a guest. We forgot to introduce our lovely Dre. Exactly.
You're part of the
on holes. So we have got Drea today.
Hey.
Don't know much about football.
Don't know shit about football.
But she's here for it.
Her husband supports
welcome.
Liverpool, though. That's the main part.
Oh, well, there you go. So you can stay together.
Representing Liverpool. Then.
Exactly. So you can stay over there. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to our podcast, Dre.
Yes.
Sorry, T, you can carry on.
It's okay. So I you know what? I applaud him. It's time for him to go. He's won, 2 Prems? He's done the Champions League.
Hasn't he won everything there?
Yeah, he's won everything. So what more do people want? Yeah. I think it's time. Just go. He's still young. Go and explore other things. I mean, it's like having a job. You can't stay in the same place just because you're employed when you're 16.
Well, you can, but you've got to want to stay.
But
there you go. Actually, you can. Yeah, that's true. But you have to want to stay.
It's all right. If you know what, go do your thing, man. Go and do your thing.
Your Onslaught said this evening that obviously he can't tell the Liverpool fans how to feel. Or what to think, which is the fair, but also
just respect.
He does not want them to be against, because you're playing them on Sunday, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he doesn't. He hopes that the fans are not hard on Trent, or they're not,
I hope
booing
not,
and
because I think that'll be foolish.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the vast majority of Liverpool fans will give him a warm goodbye.
Yeah.
And there's always
a few
that are a bit. I think the vast majority of fans will give him a warm, and because there's always just a small minority that behave shabby. So Man United, right? They did well, and I mean it was never in doubt. The result was never in doubt.
For sure.
Having won 3-0 in the first leg, the result was really never in doubt.
What was the end thing?
It was 7-1 on aggregate, and it was 4-1 on the night.
4-1 on the night,
yeah. Oh, because we were winning 3-0, and then obviously they got the. I have to say, I was nervous, and yes, I knew we had it in the bag. But you just never know, and the reason I'm saying you just never know is United.
Yeah,
well,
right. And
I didn't think it was in any doubt. Not going back to Old Trafford. Maybe if the first.
They've been better, and I guess my.
And you've picked up a bit of form.
Yeah, but also we've been good in Europa.
But
crap in Prem.
We have picked up form. The teams doing. Really?
You've won the last 3 games, haven't you?
No.
Oh.
No, Mel.
No.
We're 14th, 15th and 16th.
It does show you, though, doesn't it?
And
you got 15th and 16th and you may well get into the Champions League.
That's disrespectful. Really. That's disrespectful on so many levels.
And Chelsea, for example, might not get in.
No.
Exactly.
That's a bit mad, really.
That is.
So Wenger, as you lot say,
I think it's this.
Wenger saw a piece the other day where Wenger said that just because you win the Europa doesn't mean you must get into the Champions League.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I think, well, there's 2 things in it. If it could potentially now be 6 British clubs in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And also,
I don't think I've seen it that way.
The fact that, as I said, it's called the Champions League based upon where you finish.
Absolutely, and I think that's what he meant.
From getting to
there we go.
I think it's wrong.
It's a bit, and when you think about how dominant the British clubs have been in the Europa, and the Vanarama League.
What?
Vanarama, the conference.
Oh, is that what? What do you call
Panorama?
it?
The Vanarama, because it's like the conference.
Well, it's the bottom.
The bottom of the bottom.
You could have called it the blue square.
And it'd be
Okay,
like
that's
out
all
there.
that. What?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Right, fair. Yeah, but exactly. You're right.
So it's just odd. But I mean, it is what it is.
I am
Whatever
super
makes them.
chuffed.
It is what it is, but it's just a bit odd.
It's
And I'm
just-
happy.
makes
Oh
no
my
sense.
gosh. Oh my gosh. So you like, firstly, can we just say you look a rank and
What?
feisty,
What?
right? When it comes to my team and they're playing, and I'm telling you, look, to watch them and whatnot.
You never told us
because-
to watch them. You asked,
you
are
just-
we watching?
Yeah, well, I expect you to be watching.
Nah.
Why?
But why not?
I was watching Hollyoaks.
Because I think if it was a close
And I don't
game
watch
and
Hollyoaks.
he didn't kind of know.
Okay,
but I
fair,
think
fair.
It was a done deal.
Yeah, it was really done.
Okay, so as
I
a
didn't think it was
neutral-
going to be that exciting.
I think if you
Right.
told me
The
to watch
first half
it when
we
it
were
was
rubbish.
3-2, then I would have been
The
like, okay,
first
let me
half
see
we
what I
were
want.
rubbish. The first half we weren't good.
Is it?
But you didn't
Yeah.
need to do much though.
Yeah, but still, we were
Did you
just
play your
we were
top player?
nervous, we were anxious, and I think we were a bit slow. And it was just like they were fast, they were on it. Athletic could be.
Well, they had no choice.
Well, of course, that's the whole point. But we were just a bit flat, and there wasn't much happening in the first half. The second half, 60 minutes in, he decided to change it. That's when Mason Mount, Mainu, and of course Ahmad came on.
How's he
Mount.
doing?
Oh my! They changed it.
Ah.
The you know how fast his energy, Ahmad's energy, right? The pace, and he loves to go and drive defenders. And then Mason Mount yesterday, he played his best 20 minutes. He's played in a Man United shirt.
Imagine, right?
T.
The Europa League final is going to be
Yeah.
by two
British-
shit
I know.
teams.
Listen,
Very shit.
That's
Number,
just
what is
mad,
it?
you know.
Why?
What position are they? 17
Why
and
is it
18?
mad, though?
Ain't they 20?
but-
Ain't they 20 and 21?
See what I'm saying? With disrespect. You got time to be sitting there running up your
Listen,
mouth.
I've already done
Right?
I've already
When-
done.
again-
You can say whatever you want.
No,
It don't
that's
matter to me
fine.
now.
No, I know you're done,
It's
right?
not-
But I'm just
it's not
saying,
like
like,
that. I mean, we lost. We're
Trust.
out.
Man
We didn't
United
win
can
this
still
away.
win
It's
a
fine.
silverware, a bit like
Yeah,
last year.
it's fine. And you'll still be shit.
But it's okay. But
I'll be
guess
down at the
what?
bottom of the league again. But it's cool.
But what I'm trying to say is,
alright.
To the death.
what I'm trying to say is,
cool.
the fact that yes, in the Premier League, United have not been great,
That's legit.
understandably. But you in Europe, those are one-off games. Somehow, it's not the Premier League. It's different.
No, that's right. But it
Right?
shows you how bad the other European countries are.
Well,
I didn't even know half of them. I didn't even know half of them.
Who Spurs are playing? Body.
Body or something.
Body
I mean,
clean.
you lot are
not
ranked.
know any of us. And I'm sure they got probably part-time players. That's how it's going on.
For who? Not for who we play.
When I saw
No,
the name,
the other one.
When I saw
Spurs.
the name of the team that Chelsea were playing, I was like, how do you pronounce that name?
No, though, yeah, of course, and that's
I wasn't even feeling that.
that's just from the small countries.
God knows. Bod.
Something
Body.
Bodo Glint.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, that's
So
what they were
I
called,
was
and
just
they were
like,
from
well,
Norway.
body
They're
cream.
from Norway.
That's
But
the third
in
name,
saying
yeah?
that, now that you're there, I do hope you win.
Yeah, so I'm
Absolutely
happy that
happy with
I hope that we do. I hope we do.
Yeah,
And-
because you're 20th and they're
But
21.
wait, did you not see?
At least you. At least you got to
see
do
what I'm
something.
saying? Did you not see Mason Mount's goals?
Did I
though?
watch
No,
it?
we
No.
ain't watched it, mate.
I haven't watched
You
any
don't know?
highlights, I haven't watched anything.
Oh, you actually
I
scored?
actually have no interest.
Guys, Mason Mount scored 2 bad boy goals.
Good for him.
Right? Yes,
About
good for
time.
him. No,
After the money
Where's
you
he
pay for
been?
it.
Where's he been?
What I am saying, you are haters.
He's been trying to iron his shirt.
I'm listening today. See, Lando, you know what?
She says Mason Mount scored 2 weeks ago. I'm like,
Huh?
when he's...
He's supposed to.
No, but
He
the
should be
point...
scoring more wiki goals.
Yeah, no, but he's been injuries. He's been blighted with injuries.
Who cares about injuries anymore?
What do you mean who cares about injuries anymore? When you got injuries and your Arsenal's not performing, because we've
Oh,
got
so now
injuries.
you want to take it?
No,
you
I'm
want
just
to take it?
saying.
Yeah, it's cool.
But injuries matter when
When
it's
did you-
Arsenal,
when you
isn't
get-
it?
Nah, I've given up now.
2 years now, isn't it? How long have you had him?
I don't know, baby, about that. About 2 years.
That's how he's really pitched up
No,
on
but
the
even
pitch.
when I look
Exactly.
at the back
When I
end
look
of his
at Scott
Chelsea career, I
McTominay-
don't care. Anyway, let me just finish my
Hey.
point.
And what he's doing at Napoli.
Hey.
Yo, they're even wearing... The Napoli's
I didn't want him to go.
The Napoli's fans are even
They're
wearing
wearing,
kilts to the
yes,
fucking game.
mate.
I did not want
That's how much they like him.
Anthony at Real Betis.
He's
Yo,
the
they're making-
It's like there's been a rebirth.
Literally.
It's like he's
Get
had a
rid.
rebirth.
We're actually out here now doing bits.
He's
Seriously.
doing so well.
Isn't it going to be Real Betis?
Yeah, and get Chelsea. So
in
if
the
Real
final.
Betis beat Chelsea, Anthony's going to have 2 European things because he's on loan, so he still gets a trophy, a medal.
Does he?
That's what they said on thing when I saw. Yeah,
So he's gonna. But that's a bit stupid.
That's a bit exaggerated.
He gets
That's a real.
That is very
he did play
redundant. That
some
is
games
wrong.
In Europe prior to going, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Did he?
Yeah.
When Ten Hag was still in charge.
Yeah.
When was Ten Hag?
November.
So,
my
because
whole
remember,
point,
he
January.
went in the January.
January. He went
So
when
he played in the.
Oh, so I
Yeah,
guess
so maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he went when Amrin Mel laughed so hard she cried.
Made
That's
some
the
mouth.
joke team that made
You know what I mean?
man. They made me cry and laugh.
You like just my poor team.
Your poor team.
Yes, you're from you two. Like I can never get a word in when it comes to my team.
Nah, man, because you
She
lot
said-
chatted for so long.
Let me bask in the fact that we're in the final
Eh?
of
Yeah.
Europa. Yeah, let me bask in the fact that we're in the final of the Europa.
You better
Can I
win it,
not be
though.
happy
Go on.
with that? Of course,
If you let Spurs beat you, right?
Imagine.
Essentially,
That's
Imagine.
Spurs will never win nothing ever.
Imagine.
Can you imagine?
Hey,
Aye.
Clara.
That's
When
literally
when do you play
how
the finals?
21st, I believe, of May.
Never.
Yeah,
Like they're
2
soon.
weeks.
Yes, literally after the
Yeah,
Premiership
2
finishes, isn't
weeks.
it?
Yeah.
Rotted.
Because I think there's only.
When is the Premiership
No, but isn't
finishing?
it
We've
This
got
week?
3 games.
Yeah, so it's on the 21st. It's in 2 weeks. I think it's
But they usually.
on a Wednesday evening on the 21st.
But isn't it after the?
I don't
Premiership
know.
finishes?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't.
When does the Prem finish? So you're saying that the Prem will be done in 2 weeks?
Well, there's only 3
It's
games
only
left.
3
right?
games
So
left.
then there
This
you go. So
weekend,
then
yeah,
maybe it is.
and
And
then
then
you
And
next,
then 2. Maybe there'll be 1 midweek.
maybe
one.
we'll
Maybe.
I don't know. We can check.
Because the
find out
Champions League final is at the
End.
the 30th, 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, end of
that.
this month.
End of this
Yeah.
month. But the point
Jeez.
is that I hope
Sorry, that just run again in my head.
Tottenham have beaten us
beat Man.
3 times this season already,
Yeah.
right? But like
You better preserve Nelson Mount.
He's got to have Ange Ball.
Do you know? Can I just
I'm
say
sorry, I even know
something?
that's bad. Yeah.
That exactly,
I
girl.
even
Do you know
that's
you're
bad.
not
That's-
allowing me to finish my sentence?
Which sentence?
All of it.
Why?
Because I'm talking
About
United.
Oh, okay. Go on. Then.
What do you mean go on then?
Go on, finish us.
Right? The point you keep interrupting me and
Okay.
spoiling it.
Go on,
both
baby.
of you.
All right, go on, go, sis,
Ugh.
go, girl.
Right, so that was unscripted.
I'm for some peace.
All I'm saying is
Yes, then.
we can't lose to Tottenham for the 4th time this season.
No, you
and
cannot.
it's not the Prem or was it the FA Cup or something that they beat us in?
Yeah,
the
so
other
it was a
one?
Prem twice in the
and
FA
the
Cup.
FA Cup, right? But like we cannot be losing to them, and we've been really good. Obviously, they've been good, but Tottenham have had an easy road to get to the final. We've not. It's not been like we've played easy teams in Europe. For
I don't
the
really know. I don't
levels
remember
that
any
what
of them.
Tottenham have played. Yeah, well, did you know
Where's the
about Bodo
final?
Glint?
God, no.
Right,
no.
exactly. So the point I'm making is Athletic Bilbao,
Yeah.
Who did we play before? Was it Valencia? Was it Valencia?
You
No,
played
not
Valencia?
Not
I don't
Valencia,
think
sorry.
you
I don't think
No, we played Leon, but I'm saying in the
Yeah,
run up
the run-up.
through the whole tournament.
In the league stage.
Yeah, like even in the group stages and whatnot, or whatever it was. There's no groups now, is
It's
it?
league stage. Yeah.
There you go, the league stage. We played teams that were a bit stronger than Tottenham's.
Where's the final?
Finals in
I think it's
Athletic Bilbao, and is where we
Yeah,
played.
that's right. Yeah,
We
yeah.
played there and we beat us. So I'm glad that we played there
Okay.
and we won.
And you've already
and
got the feel of
Paul
the thing.
Scholes yesterday was like, you know what, he's confident that United would do it
I
because
think you will.
they have got a history of winning in Europe. This is the 9th European final, right?
And Spurs is
we've got
how many?
Spurs.
I mean, if I was a betting person, I'd bet on Man U.
yeah, Spurs.
Yeah, of
have-
course, I
Spurs
think
have
For
not
that
won-
one-off game, I'd bet on Man U.
Yeah.
for
They've
sure.
not won in Europe since in 41 years. Spurs.
Well,
They
but
won,
the
they
Spurs
won
won
shit
anything.
in there.
There you go.
Forever.
That's what I'm saying. You better not let them break their ducks.
Exactly.
Mel
Mate,
and
if you
Tina,
do.
Andre, I just hope that it's not
If
the case.
you do.
Because like Cameron said,
Mm.
if we do, then all of yesterday and getting
Makes
there
no-
don't
mean
mean
nothing.
nothing.
No, but
Nothing.
that's not. Well, okay, fair enough.
Well, it doesn't because you
No,
know.
but that's the thing. It's like really the whole 38 games of the Premiership means nothing for
Means
us
nothing
because
for
you
you,
won.
yeah.
You can't really say that.
Not like
I
it
said it
means
means
nothing.
nothing
No,
then.
not nothing like that. But it's like the celebrations. It's like, well, you got there. You got to win it. The point is, we've got to win it. We've got to beat Tottenham. Full stop.
Yeah, you got no option.
So yeah,
Mm.
you know. So you know what I mean. But Arsenal, I mean, you lot, your manager, he was giving it all the chat before the game.
Do you know what? Right? What can you? I don't see that that's a problem. I don't see any manager that doesn't do that. Any manager before a game.
What did he say that what you say?
I don't know that he felt that we could win.
He was saying, you know, obviously, yeah, of course, but
which was what you're supposed to, because you're supposed to give that confidence to your players.
You can't go there and say, I think we're going to lose.
No.
It's not going to be a hard game today. Well, we might lose.
What's the point going? It's not the fact that he said we can win, right? It was just the whole piping up, like the, you know, like I think he was a comment of like, he could have stopped at saying we can win. But it's like, yeah, we're capable. The whole belief, like the whole team, and you know what I mean.
But they are. They just beat Real Madrid.
And to be fair,
yes, they did.
Right, and to be fair, the way
you
we
were rubbish.
started,
You lost it in the first leg.
Well, we know that, but we only was 1-0 down.
1-0 down, so you still had chances. You started very well.
Donnarumma pulled off four worldy saves.
He did.
Right, 4 worldy saves. So you can't say that he
started well.
You can't
say that the chat he was putting down wasn't warranted.
But you still
turned
lost.
up.
No, but they did. Yeah,
we turned up.
A better team won anyway, in my opinion.
Well, that's your opinion. That's
not
my opinion.
They did. Thierry Henry would agree with me.
But that's Thierry Henry's opinion.
Exactly.
It's not my opinion. My opinion is that PSG deserved to win because they did what they had to do.
Yeah, they were the better side.
Whether you know
overall, not to say you were rubbish. You're at home. I didn't watch it, but from what I saw from the highlights, you didn't play the best that you didn't play.
Watch 90 minutes of a game before you can make that comment, not just the highlights, because actually Donnarumma pulled off at least
in the first leg.
Yes, at least 3 proper saves.
Right.
In the first leg.
Yeah.
Ray only had to do the one because they scored in 4 minutes.
In 4 minutes.
I think he pulled off one more save.
But you know what? So, regardless, you still
but
didn't
what
win,
it showed us.
You lost, is that you came second, and again, you're not winning those silver titles. So, whatever.
Fair enough. I'm done chatting. Fair enough.
That's it. So, moving on from Arsenal because they're dead.
So, you just need to get a striker. Whom are you looking at?
Well, I was going to say, it really showed.
It literally showed
that
you're
that
missing.
was the one thing that was missing in
you're
both
missing
legs.
On your
because
draft
we
set.
had opportunities. And actually, for all the points we dropped, it weren't that we didn't create chances.
You played very well. You played very well.
But no, I'm talking about even in the league.
That's what I'm saying. You played very well.
Right, but we couldn't take our chances. No. And that's down to lacking of a striker. And I could sit here and talk about the injuries, but actually it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Did Arteta say he wanted to buy somebody in January? A striker, sorry, as we're talking about strikers. Because this evening they asked him the fact that it's apparent, like what you're saying now, that it's apparent that you needed a striker.
For sure.
So, but then he avoided, when they asked him that question, he avoided...
When you're in a football club, you can maybe say it when you leave. But when you're in a club, you're not going to be turning on the club and saying I want you this and you didn't give me this out in public. They never. No manager really earns
my question,
so
in January, were they looking to buy a striker is what I'm asking you.
Well, rumour is that they were looking at strikers, but they couldn't get what they wanted at the price
they wanted. So they were looking,
even when Ollie Watkins came up, Villa wanted 60 million.
That was the chat.
That's right.
And I wouldn't pay 60 million for Ollie.
No.
So we knew we needed a striker.
Yeah.
But I think the strikers that they wanted weren't planning to leave their club until the summer.
Yeah.
Okay. And also it would have taken a stupid amount of money to get them away from them.
Are you looking for anybody right now? I mean, are you looking at somebody?
Yeah. I think there's at least 3 that we're looking at.
In the Prem or outside?
No, all outside. Maybe one in the Prem, but the other 2 to 3 are outside the Prem. Because to be honest as well, there's not a lot of strikers about.
No. I'm not seeing anybody that's really striking me out there, like sitting there.
About as well.
Yeah, no,
so
for sure.
Clubs that were doing things, whether it's in Europe or in a run, weren't releasing their strikers because there's none about to even replace them.
For sure.
It's a bit like I think there's a documentary saying the downfall of English managers, or not enough tab. But there's a documentary, and it's on Sky. But exactly, I haven't seen it. I just saw it today.
Which was that? And then you went to
because
so what was
you're talking about the lack of strikers around. So what I'm thinking is the lack of good English managers is what I just thought about. I'm just saying it's still football related.
Yeah, So okay,
I'm
sorry,
just
because I
saying.
was talking about sorry. Right. So
You threw
there
it
are.
off.
There are.
I went on a tangent somewhere. Sorry. She literally went. Melody's like, okay, I'm waiting for the point where we talk about strikers.
Go on. Yeah.
So there's not a lot.
Yes.
But I hear we're looking at Sesko.
Who's Sesko?
RP
Leipzig.
We tried to get him last
Okay.
summer.
Okay.
We're looking at Gokares, the one that plays for the club that Amarin left. Who's scored like almost 40 goals this season.
really?
Oh, wow.
We're looking at him.
And that's what
Obviously-
manager said today. You need to
obviously
get a player
there's-
who can score 20 or plus goals a month.
I
I think if you've got
Well, we
something
need a
like that, I
striker.
think
Yeah.
you might, yeah. If he
I mean,
blends in.
I don't think there's anyone here, probably including Mikel, that would say that we don't need a striker.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
But do you
then I
think your the board will release
we will
funds
get a striker?
You have to, because
No,
I mean,
no, I have no doubt. I mean, there was an interview that Mikel gave, either the early part of this year or the latter part of last year, when he said when he came in, his first job was the defence,
Okay.
right, which he's pretty much got
sorted.
now.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
second job was the midfield,
Okay. So
which he pretty much got sorted now. So the last bit of the
forward.
puzzle
Yeah.
is the
it's the
forward line,
Makes
right? And
sense.
that's
That's
wingers
interesting.
stronger,
Yeah.
right? And then we've got a lot that we need to get rid of. But as I said to you before, I think that because a lot of the Arsenal fans will say that we haven't spent money. We spent a shed load of money, but we
yeah,
didn't
for sure.
recoup any money because most of the players we tore up their contract or got rid of them for a little bit. So when you talk about financial fair play, I don't think there was much that we could really do in the
with that.
January window.
Yeah.
It's going to be in
Because you
this
didn't
window.
recoup. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you can sell and you obviously
also,
make
but
profit.
also it's the way they do their accounting.
Yeah.
So the funds that are released,
This is it.
means that you're fresh, if you like.
Yeah.
I think something like that. Anyway, so yeah, so I think
It'll be interesting to see what they do in the summer.
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
for
I think
real.
I was
It
saying,
really will be.
what I said to my mate, what I do say, because a lot of fans, even on Talk Sport, were like, "Oh, Arteta needs to go. He ain't gonna get us the next step." But I said to them, you know what? I said
That
we had this
chat.
conversation here
Yeah.
with Loom, right? What Arteta's done with our injuries to keep us in second place.
It's great.
to get
I
us to the
really, yeah.
semi-final
Yeah,
with
you
the
gotta rate him.
injuries that we've had, right? If you think about it.
See, injuries do matter, don't they?
No, of course they do. I would have said that. Because when you think about it, right, we lost Odegaard for at
Oh,
least 3
yeah,
months at the
yeah,
beginning
yeah.
of the
And
season.
that was so...
Before you go any further, when you played against PSG, what happens to your captain? Every time you play a really good team,
He
he
disappears.
does not turn
He
up.
disappears.
But
He
I
disappears.
think I think he's
shit,
been out
man.
of form for a little
For a
while.
bit.
It's not
Do you
just
think
him.
since he's come back from the injury?
I wonder if he's fully fit.
Yeah, this is
I
what I'm
wonder
saying,
if
because
it's what
before the injury was fine, so it's after the
Right.
injury that
and,
he's
and
not.
it's never really picked up the
No,
form.
I agree, because
Right.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
some bits, I'm like, that is so not like you do.
is
And what he
literally
needs is he needs
God.
a really good rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
let him just have a kip, man.
A summer off. Right. So we lost him, we lost Saka, we lost Jesus, we lost Gabriel,
That's it,
we've lost
yeah.
Havertz.
Oh
And
wow, I forgot you had
yeah.
Vinicius as
we
well.
lost Ben White.
God, yeah,
we
you
lost Tommy Arsenal.
You know what?
You know what?
You know,
That-
so
when
that's
you put it out there like
that's a
that,
whirl of injuries.
But
you know,
can
and
I
you're-
just say
you
something?
could to
first
still
team.
be
and
number
we're
2.
still second, and we got to the semi-finals.
Yeah,
of-
no, for real.
Right.
You
So I
still-
think
You've done well with what you had.
What Arteta's done with what we had doesn't warrant him being sacked. It warrants him.
Oh no, I don't
having
think he
another
should
shot.
be. No, I don't think he should
It's
be
a
sacked.
Netflix next season.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Absolutely. Netflix.
And then we can do Prime. Yeah,
what? And what's Prime?
I don't know to make it. I'm sure we'll find one for next season.
We
And
definitely out
further
there.
point, you got the whole Netflix, right?
No.
Arsenal like Netflix. Just wait for the next
Next season.
Yeah. but I wasn't disappointed in our performance on Wednesday.
No, I don't think.
what?
I
I
don't think it's
I
the
wasn't
attitude, to
upset
be fair.
because I think we played really, really well. And on another day, we would have got 3 or 4 goals. Right?
No,
And I just think
definitely.
after the first 20 minutes, I
You
think
need
to
a bit of
myself,
luck
we
in
ain't gonna,
football.
we ain't
Yeah.
gonna win this game.
Yeah.
When I saw Donnarumma pulling off all them saves, I was like, this
That's
game's
exactly
done.
what I thought.
I said, this
Yeah.
game's done.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
And the fact that Salah can miss, what's his name?
Saka missed that.
Can I say something?
Whoa.
You're right, because when that happened, I was sitting at home and I was thinking to myself, this is that game when those chances don't go in.
Don't come in. Don't.
Yeah.
It's
Doesn't
not
matter
your
how
game.
many times
Because
you
those moments that I was seeing, I was like, yo, this is like Arsenal. You're not going to score 3 goals in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah. So I was like I was disappointed,
you know,
but I wasn't overly upset because I was like, you know what, we did our best.
Yeah.
Best weren't good enough. And I feel PSG might just go and
What
win
was
it
the
anyway.
points? And it's interesting again.
It's going to be a great
it's going to be a great final.
Inter versus Barcelona, those 2 legs.
Oh my days.
Best football I've watched in a long while.
Days.
Like,
Lamau.
That kid.
Yamal.
He's football. That boy is. I think he's great.
I think right, like.
Did you see Harry Maguire do a Yamal move after Harry Maguire twisted up? My man did the man kind of sent him.
What game again yesterday?
No, not yesterday. Just,
the one that had 2 views.
You witnessed. Can I just ask? You're an outsider. You're not here every week, yeah? Or every 2 weeks, whenever we record. Can you see what's going on here? Can you see what's going on? Can you see what happened?
Oh my God.
You picked it up. You've seen the pattern, yeah?
I see nothing.
No. You've seen there's a pattern between what happens when I talk about Man United.
I'm just pretending I'm at home watching you guys on my
Yes, but you're not at home. You're in the studio, okay?
I'm not here.
Ask you.
She needs relegation.
But do you see what happens?
What?
I'm trying to, it's something that happened with my team. Why can I not
What
talk
was it in the
about
game, though? That's what she asked you. Was that the game that nobody watched?
That's what I asked. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people watched. You 2 didn't watch it just because you
that's
didn't
what I'm
watch.
saying. We
Doesn't
didn't
mean
talk
nobody
The
did.
crowd.
I am.
The 2 views.
They'll be listening. The crowd knows about it.
So what did you do?
So I'm telling you, look, they did the same move that
What
Yamal
move?
did. You know the little twist. You know when he did the turn and then sent man the other
Yeah.
way. Harry Maguire did that.
Go on.
Babes.
One move.
What I'm trying to say is,
The one move. One move bandit.
Bad boy Maguire.
no, oh my gosh, you hate my team with a passion.
With a passion.
Wow.
Best believe. I cannot.
Wow, Man United.
If somebody said to me, support Man United or stop watching football.
"Hey, stop watching football." We don't want your support.
I wouldn't even support you. I beg,
But
if
you do
pay
when
me.
it suits you, though, innit?
Only when you want to. When you're playing against
when
City,
you're saying about, when
you're
today,
playing against City.
yeah, we're all supporting Man United, even you. Right, when it suits you, right, when it suits you, lot, your team Man United. This one,
Yes.
the pattern is, as you saw, was when I talk
What do you mean?
Man United, it gets shut down.
What did they shut down?
Do you know what?
They shut down.
I'll say Stormzy, shut up.
With your 4'7".
Oh my God.
What's the 4'7"?
Your 4.
4'7".
What is happening? What
Don't
am I
worry.
missing?
Nothing.
Anyway, back to whatever.
Back to football.
Inter Milan,
Go on.
Barcelona was a bad boy game.
But I
Yes.
think, right, any team, I think Inter Milan and Barcelona didn't show any defense.
No.
PSG are gonna love that. That's how
Oh
Inter
my
defends.
God.
I don't care what
They're
anybody
gonna be
says.
breezing
I
through
want
that.
PSG to win.
Yeah.
Breezing through that.
No,
I'm
I let
PSG.
you into a secret, right? When not a secret really, but God, I've had outside of the Jamaica football shirt, I've had only 2 other
PSG.
club football shirts: PSG and Ajax.
Ah.
So PSG is really my second team
Okay.
in France, and
Hey.
Ajax in Germany.
Have you gone to the shop in Oxford Street?
The only literal gone into the shop and bought the football jersey.
So I've decided
In Paris
I want to
and
buy
in-
a shirt for the next season.
Oh, and I almost want to say, you know, these supporters chat about their supporters. I've never seen them wear any colours.
I've got one at home.
Yeah, but it's not the Liverpool colour, is it?
It is.
So why have you never worn it?
Because it's...
Do you know what? Just because I don't wear the shirt, don't mean that they're not in my heart. Yeah.
Don't watch
Okay. Don't get fooled. I've cried tears for Man United. You know.
Don't we know?
that.
We've seen it.
When we beat them 7-0.
Yeah.
She shed 2
We
bad
know.
boy things.
We know. We know you've cried.
My fucking team.
I cried when they won the Champions League. I was so tense against Chelsea.
Wow.
I covered my face in the end. I just had to be like, yo,
Oh
just
my
the tears,
God.
innit? It's just like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Have you ever cried over football?
I think
Mate.
the first time, I think the only time I cried, we played West Ham in the FA Cup final in 1980. I think it was 80. It was 80. It was after we beat Man United in 79.
Bloody hell.
And
Were you born?
I was three.
And in 1980, and I remember
sucking dummy.
sitting in front of the TV, and back then the FA Cup was a big thing. So it was
what year?
1980.
Shit, did you say 79?
79? We beat Man United 3-2 in the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
On the box TV, the one with the back.
Wait,
Yeah.
what did the TV look
I
like?
remember that. Does she?
Back in the day.
She does.
And then in
Wait.
1980,
She said you shouldn't don't remember that. She said she does not remember that.
She
How did
does.
she? Yes, she does.
Oh! Yeah, she looks good, doesn't she?
and then in
She looks good for
1980,
60, innit?
it was
Sorry,
against West
Mercy,
Ham.
Yep, go on,
And
now.
back then in them days, right, FA Cup
200.
was a whole thing. So
right.
it would start at 12:30 on BBC One. They would go to the hotels where the players would stay.
No,
they would
that's
follow the
good.
coaches. They would, it was a whole thing till 3:30 when the game started.
Are you serious?
So you'd sit down, and we were playing West Ham.
That's what you call, like,
The
Was that all on BBC One? Because
Build
that's
up.
one
BBC
channel.
One.
proper build up.
Yeah, BBC
Only one channel, right?
Yeah, no, there's 3.
1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah, we
BBC
didn't have
1,
Channel 4
BBC
then.
2, exactly.
Yeah, no, Channel 4 came when we were born.
Later, yeah.
So and then I know Saturday. My mum said to me, "Let's go shopping," and I said to her, "No, because it's
Sorry, where did you hear?
I can't.
Did you hear a Channel 4 came when we were born?
It might be so. I don't know when it came. It could be.
She's an idiot. She's going on that. She's flipping much younger than you. Anyway, but yeah, Mum would go.
Yeah, mum said, "Come shopping." And I was like, "No, it's the FA Cup," and particularly we were playing, and she went out as she did all day shopping.
Yep.
And we lost 1-0.
That is
It was
a memory,
It was
boy.
Clive Allen, I think, he scored in the last few minutes of the game, and I was bawling. Like when my mum came on, my mum was so vexed because she was like, "Why are you crying like this for football?" I was just.
Are you serious?
A hot mess, and I was.
So you've been
I
a
was
fan from day?
I've been a fan since. God, I can remember.
Do you know what?
I can
Yeah, mate.
I can remember.
Respect.
Watching Arsenal when we had mans like Terry McDermott.
We're not going to know them,
And
babes.
no, like so I've watched football.
like, you what?
And I mean watching Liverpool when Liverpool had
All those black and white shirts.
not
Do you
even
know?
Dalglish, but
And they were
even
white. They were
before
white and red,
Dalglish.
but it was black and
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Because Liverpool were firing in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like so I remember then.
Yeah.
So I've always
Football,
watched
love that. Yeah, you've probably been. And do you know what I mean? I only really, we got into football because of Dad.
Yeah. No,
Do you know what I
always.
mean?
And no one else
Watching
in
that
the house
in the
watched
family.
Just
Are you
Really?
serious?
Yeah, my mum didn't really. My brother, well, he was way too
Of
young.
course.
So it was just me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Passion was
Okay,
there.
yeah, I
You
love
know?
the passion. I love the
Yeah,
passion.
man.
yeah.
No wonder you know
For
so
the
much
game.
about
Did
your
you used to
team.
play though?
And
as well?
not even
like
just
that.
her team, just her football knowledge.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This
Did you
is
used to
our,
play as well?
Yeah.
Even in those days, because you didn't really like.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it would be now.
Is that microphone
Yeah.
close enough?
But it was
You've got to speak up as well.
back in the day. We used to play. I was in a 5-a-side and an 11-a-side
Okay.
team. Yeah.
And it was like organised, or was it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like?
yeah. Like you'd have a ref, but it was like between different schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember a girl using my head as a football?
Oh,
Yeah. She went in for. We went for tackle.
Do you know how many times I've heard that?
Straight in my head. Yeah.
I've heard
Not
that
affected
so
you
many
since,
No,
times.
though,
said
is
good
it?
times.
Yeah. Good times. Loved
Because
it.
the girl
No,
used
thanks.
my head for football, but you know what?
But good times. Good times.
Listen, I remember the last time I played.
Didn't do me
I
no
was
harm, do
I
you know
was
what I mean?
working at BT, and we used to do football. One of our colleagues had died of a heart attack. He was a jogger.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say yeah.
So we used to do
Sorry.
charity footballs between the floors for
Oh, okay.
the Heart Foundation, and it would be indoor 5-a-side, and the girls had their team.
Wow.
Yo,
used to do
and
that.
I was playing this game, you know, and this girl, she had me on toast. Literally had me on toast, and you see when I couldn't take it no more.
You don't tell me you went in and you went.
Listen, you see when I went like that and took her, and
Dirty
she went
tackle.
up.
Melanie
And you see when she
McKay.
came down and hit the floor. floor, and everybody went, "Ooh!" I just took myself off.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not waiting for that red card.
Another red card.
Exactly.
Yourself.
Don't bother to give me a red card, man.
I'm a walk off. Me down for the game. Me down for the game.
I set my own self off. I set my own self off.
Yeah.
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 It took her off, man. I was like, I'm done with this having me like a fool.
Gone.
Right. Hold on, did she get up though?
Yeah, but I made sure I was off the pitch by the time.
I'm not having
No
that. No. Become as a bitch.
Yeah.
No prizes.
So the five-a-sides, Toys R Us. When Tina worked at Toys R Us, we played in the
we used to play
tournament,
there.
and we went on. I think was it against other companies.
Yeah.
And it was proper fun. It was a proper day, like proper setup and everything. Anyway, I was the star of the show.
Of course.
Right? Took them to the, we took them to the final. We got to the final, I think, and then it got to penalties. What did I do? Baggio, innit? I missed.
Skied it.
Missed
Missed
it like a missed the
But we won
penalty.
it. Though.
No, we lost.
No, we won. We had the trophies, mate. We won.
Oh, I just felt shit that I missed the penalty. That I felt.
We won.
The fact that I missed it.
And I think we'd gone out the night before.
Yeah, it was a loss to me. It was like I missed it. I
Remember,
lost.
we'd gone out the night before.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
we had as well.
So we
wasn't it?
got to that tournament. We were tired because
Oh
we
my
only had a
gosh.
few hours sleep.
That was fun.
Yeah,
though.
that was fun. Fun
That
days. I
was
mean,
a
when you
good-
were what? I think I was what? 17? 18? Something like
Yeah.
that.
I would've
So
been-
you know
yeah.
you could go out and then go to work the next day.
Yeah, I would have been
we
15,
rocked
I
up
think, yeah.
tired. Then we
Yeah.
never used to
I
drink
think
then
you were
anyway.
a bit older. I think I was 16. You were about 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always enjoyed my football.
Yeah.
No, football was just my
Enjoyed-
dad, like,
enjoyed-
you know what I mean? Like,
enjoyed watching it,
completely. But that's,
Yeah.
so
That's
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. The PSG shirt, okay, cool.
Yeah,
no,
so
I know. So
they would
I've
be-
learned
they would
something
be my
about
French
you.
team, and then, as I said, I had the Ajax shirt because when I was doing work in Amsterdam, I popped into the Ajax shop and bought myself a shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
I was saying, have you been to the PSG shop store in Oxford Street?
No.
Yeah, they've actually just got one, like near where Topshop used to be, near there. It actually looks good. The shirt, I was like, oh, okay. Their kit and everything, whatever they're
Yeah.
selling there looks really good. I was impressed.
Yeah. So
They also did have Arsenal things in there.
kind of, as much as we lost to them, I think if I was gonna lose,
You would have
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
love to
prefer-
lose
you
that.
it
could
doesn't
hope.
feel like
Too
if I
bad.
lost to Real Madrid,
Yeah.
it would have felt like a dagger. With PSG, I'm just like, well, I hope they win.
Do you know what, though? And even in saying that, I guess, yes, you beat Madrid very. You were
convincingly.
so
You were
good.
so
You were so good.
Hold on, did Madrid score at all?
Not one.
In
In
They
the second
scored
leg.
one goal.
I think.
Yeah, one goal. You stopped them from
I like
scoring.
that.
But my question was, did they have a full squad?
Yeah.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinicius,
That's what I'm saying.
Bellingham, what's his name?
Yeah,
Mbappe.
even Odegaard.
Odegaard,
Sorry,
Rudiger.
Rudiger.
Yeah.
At the back, didn't they? They did. That's what I'm saying. So you lot did. I
you
have
know.
to give it to you for that.
Yeah.
I definitely have to.
And I
give
think
it
this
to
is
for
why
that.
you had that confidence to sort of think we can actually do something.
The thing
against
is,
PSG.
I truly believe that on our day we could beat them.
You definitely could.
Right, so it's not like
Yeah.
I think they're
No, they ain't
but I
exceptional.
think
Like
it was their day.
Yeah.
And I
It was
think
their day.
I think that's what I think this. Do you remember weeks ago in the podcast when I said PSG? Now they've beaten all the Premier League teams. They took
But
them all
remember,
out.
we did beat them
No, I know you did.
2-0
I know you
in
did.
the-
I know you did. But
the league stage.
yeah, but that didn't matter because they beat you when it
Obviously.
mattered.
Well,
Right? So we're not going to go back. We'll just.
You are just going back.
No, not
You've
in that.
just
You've
gone
literally
back.
gone back.
You've gone back.
No, not to that.
Yeah, but you've gone back.
We're
Also,
talking. We're not
we're gonna
We're not
filter how
talking
far
about
back we're going.
Arsenal beating PSG. We're talking about PSG beating
Yeah, yeah,
Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
who
I
else?
think you can't.
That was it,
That
right?
was it. Those
Yeah.
are the only
I
ones that
don't-
were
I
there.
think
Yeah,
you
that
can't-
was it.
You can't say that their
So-
name's not on it. I think
What do you mean? Oh, on the
because
trophy.
if you think about it, right, against, and this is what it talks about having a great goalkeeper. Because remember, against PSG against Liverpool, the saves. I know Alisson did it in the first
mate.
half, but in the first game, but
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
second
The
game,
second game,
Yes.
you literally had to make
and
exactly.
actually,
You had
PSG's
to
got
make
to the
enough.
final because of their goal.
Yeah.
Donnarumma is
He's amazing. He's
brilliant
exceptional.
goalkeeper.
I thought
And he's
Alisson was
big.
great. I know, right?
Normally, you know when you say,
Donnarumma.
normally when you say, if you've got a really tall goalkeeper,
Yeah.
go low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The save that he made from Odegaard.
Yo.
The save that he
Yo.
made from Odegaard.
Man
Right?
did not.
He got down so quick.
I thought it was Hayes.
Total, how'd you get football? I tell you, boy, the
Yeah.
emotions it gets you. Well, my team's definitely had me up and down, up and down, up and down for
We've
many
seen you,
seasons.
girl.
Ooh, I tell you, like,
And I guess for Lou, we're gonna give a shout out to Chelsea.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real,
for
Chelsea.
reaching the final.
Final round of the league.
there you go. They're there to win it. Wait, so if they win it, they go to Europa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you just jump up to the next thing.
That's
So,
a bomb league still.
Dembele though, his record. I want to talk about Dembele for a second.
Yeah, he's been amazing.
He's been great.
Enrique, the manager.
Yeah,
The manager.
Luis Enrique.
Because remember, he dropped him for disciplinary reasons
Oh.
in the first part of the season.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he got dropped because my man was behaving like he probably was bigger than the club or whatever. And
as usual.
Enrique dropped him. And then when he brought him back,
He must have
since he's come back,
realised.
the man's been on
Because
fire.
since January, how many goals has he scored?
Yeah, and that's since he's been back.
Yeah,
After he
in
got dropped.
January. In January,
Yeah.
it's like they've been talking about.
Yeah.
He's like he's
Yeah.
record.
And he's really good.
He's always flattered to deceive in previous seasons.
Yeah.
Like you
Uh-huh.
know there's a player,
There's a
in,
player
there,
in there.
but you can't see it.
Yeah.
And Enrique, and respectfully, Enrique, because his kid died, didn't she?
Really?
He lost his daughter.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, his daughter. Yeah, listen.
Oh.
He lost his
Yeah.
daughter. She was ill. I don't think she was.
I don't know.
I
the
think I was
circumstances.
talking about this with somebody, and it was talking about it from the perspective. I think no, in fact, it was him. But I'd seen it on Instagram, and he had his mother. I think had put away all the pictures of the daughter.
Yeah.
And when he asked his mum, "Where's
Why?
all the pictures of her?" And she was like, "I can't look at them because she's gone, and it hurts." So he's like, "She's not gone. Yeah, she's physically gone." So for him, it's like the way he is, like he was like, she's with us all the time, like she's
Yeah.
around, her
How old was she
energy.
there?
She was little, 8 or 7.
Yeah,
so she wasn't
oh.
young. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Young.
it wasn't like like a baby. It was like
No.
old enough for you to
Yeah,
be
totally.
gut. No,
Yeah,
when you would
you
gut
would
anyway.
gut
You've
anyway.
had memories and
But
whatever.
she was 8, no more than 8. I think around that.
Was she ill?
I think so. I think she was ill, if I'm not mistaken.
no, that's
and
sad.
didn't
That's
he
sad.
battle cancer as well?
That I don't know.
No, wasn't who was the Barcelona manager? Oh no, he died. He passed away. The ex-Barcelona. There was a Barcelona manager years ago, guys. Don't you remember? And he was battling cancer, but I think he passed away. Yeah, I'm gonna actually Google that and find out. But yeah, so Luis Enrique,
Yeah.
he's very.
So yeah, I'll be hoping that he wins.
Yeah.
And PSG have never won it, so
Nah, yeah. You want him to win,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. But I hope it's just a great game, like the way I had the Barcelona game. I think the first leg had me twist up. Like, what?
and I mean I didn't watch the first leg, but I saw the result, and you think the second leg can't be.
And it
Can't
literally
be.
was
And it even went better than that.
Sure.
And I'm really glad it didn't go to penalties.
Yeah, no, I
It
couldn't
would've
have
been
done.
a shame
Yeah,
to
it would have
say
been
that was
exactly.
any team.
No,
That
it was.
would've
It
been
was.
awful.
It was needed to be
Done,
just in
done
there.
by
yeah.
a real
proper
goal, not a penalty.
Yeah, no,
shootout.
pen would have been like, yo, it's all right, thanks. I couldn't have. It would have been rubbish. Still.
Yeah.
It would have
Yeah,
been
but
rubbish.
he's been on fire. Yeah, so Enrique's done good with him. But
Dembele.
he's had
Dembele.
been like scoring, shooting.
Now they got rid of Mbappe.
But
and
isn't that
all
funny?
their things now they're playing ball.
Mbappe goes to Real Madrid to try and win the Champions League, and
And he don't even know.
PSG
They
are
get
in
to
the
the
final.
finals.
to possibly win it.
And what was
I
his name?
mean,
What's the
look at that.
Brazilian one who used to play for them as well, didn't
Neymar.
he? Neymar.
Neymar's back in Brazil. Neymar's back
Yes,
in
but
Brazil.
he's
doing his
obviously-
thing. He's partying. So
Oh no, but he's
speaking
found
about,
God now.
Has he found God
he?
now?
Yeah, he got baptized the other day.
He's an Egypt.
Speaking about Brazil, so Xavi Alonso has announced he's leaving Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, to go to Real
At
Madrid.
the end, exactly.
But
yeah,
we knew that. That was done.
I
That
didn't
was
know
done.
that.
That was done from last season.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you're the only one who didn't.
Do you know what?
She was busy watching Man United.
Guys, you see. Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a done deal.
So yeah, it was
I
when they
think
were
actually
asking
that's
because
the reason why
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti stayed on one more season.
But Ancelotti's Brazil want Ancelotti.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so
Well, Brazil need help, man.
so
Mate,
it's,
yeah,
that's
they ain't the
what's
same.
Yeah.
piping, what's
Yeah,
cooking, and
Brazil
that's what's
needs
gonna
help,
happen.
man.
It'll
But
be
the Brazil need players too.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
but it'll be interesting though for me to see Alonso at Real.
Lamel.
Yeah.
Yamal.
Spain. He plays for Spain.
He's Spanish.
That's what's okay.
Plays for
Yeah.
Spain.
Remember England, Spain final in the other studio?
Was he playing on
Did he
that?
play that game?
Did he play that game?
I don't think
Or
he
was
played
it
that
Nico
game.
remember seeing
Williams?
It
Who
was Nico
played?
Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nico
I was
Williams.
about to
Sorry,
say,
it was
I'm
Nico.
like-
Sorry.
Yeah, he didn't play that game.
But he played in the tournament,
Yes, he
right?
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's where I remembered his name from. Was
Yeah.
the tournament
Yeah.
that
Sorry,
he played
that
in.
kid.
You know.
Talk about it top. That would be that kid.
Yeah, he's
He'd
good.
be great.
He's very, very,
You
very
can
good.
almost
He's
seem-
nothing.
You can almost seem like, obviously not the same player, but having the same kind of influence as a Messi or
Yeah.
the way that he plays.
Yeah.
If he continues
Yeah.
on this, if he continues on this trajectory that he's on.
Because the way he was picking up that ball and driving, like wanting to do
just
something with it, like somebody,
careless.
you know, when you talk
No
about having
fear.
a leader and or having somebody
Yeah.
who's just gonna try and make something happen to do something.
Barcelona's second goal, the one he let just go over him. It's intelligence. You're like, I'm gonna leave this.
Football intelligence.
Oh, I just thought class. It was sexy. It was just beautiful.
Yeah,
man,
I love
that
it
kid
when
is
players
good.
are intelligent.
Yeah, and at his age,
Yeah.
How old is he?
he's 17 years old.
Mason
Girl,
Mount,
this boy.
sorry, can I just talk about, and the reason I'm going to talk about...
You know, sorry, I'm not disrespecting you, but you know what's really interesting? You talk about, like, we talked about Lamar before, and then she talks about Harry Maguire.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what I'm talking
And then she come
about.
and Mason
That's what I'm
Mount.
talking about. Mason Mount.
Yeah,
What about
because
him?
you're talking about intelligent players.
What did he
The
do?
moves that he did, this guys, you've got to see. Firstly, his first goal was the touch, the turn. It was touch and turn. You know when you touch and turn, and he wasn't like touch and then take another touch. It was touch. He made the space for himself. The ball came in. He took it with one leg and turned and literally just shot, and the ball went in. What a shot! What a goal! I was sitting there, clapped so hard, my hands hurt. Then the second goal, he scored from the halfway line.
Oh, you did?
The goalkeeper
Was off his line.
off, right? And then he saw the
Beckham-esque.
defender.
Yeah.
I mean, because they asked him about it, like, what did you think when you did that? And he was like, well, I saw that the defender was also just slightly off. So it was like,
Was it a shot or was it I'm just going to kick it up?
no, he saw him, he planned to do what he did, because then everybody was going, shoot. So he did it.
Strike.
Literally. Go and watch the damn thing, man. The fact is, the man scored from the halfway line.
Okay.
Right? And it was
17.
brilliant. He played so well, the skill, and then he did a little trickery pass, like from the back hill.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic. And let me please just enjoy that our players, we've got players who can do good.
Oh my God.
And who are clever, and because you're talking about clever players, and that's what I like, is clever players. And he played Mason Mount. If that's what he can do at his best, stay fit, my brother. Seriously.
How much did you pay for him?
Go and Google it.
Google it because you got the
Sure,
phone. I ain't got no
chat to you
eyes.
no more.
No, just Google it.
I don't have my
was gonna say,
glasses.
That's not my business.
Well, he needs to be playing more. Okay,
Well, no, he
injury.
Yeah, but
does.
he's had a run
It's
of
the
injuries,
injuries,
man.
and
Okay,
that's
that's
what I'm
it.
saying.
Once he
It's
gets
not
back from
fair.
injury, let's see what he's.
I
what he's
hope
done.
he really stays fit, because, and this is what they're saying. What you used to, his potential, and everybody says this. I don't know, darling. Let's have butchers. But yeah, his potential. Everybody
I'm just
says,
wondering because he was at Chelsea, right?
yeah.
Isn't he 30? I'm sure. I'm thinking
No,
he's-
he's not that old, man. It's not like you.
Tina's feisty, you know. He's 26.
Oh, he's
still
older than
young.
I thought,
Okay.
though.
Yeah, he's 26.
He's
But
older than I thought. I thought he was younger than that.
no,
Is it?
because
No,
he
I-
was
I
around
kinda
for a
thought he
while. I
was
was just
around
going
for
to
a
say
while.
he's been around for a while. So it's a bit like,
Hands
but it
up.
feels like Asensio. Remember we were saying that Asensio has been around for a minute, but he's only 26, 27, around that age. But these players who've been around
Yeah.
for a minute, you feel like,
They're like old grannies.
do you know
and
what I
all
mean?
sorts.
Exactly. So for me, I hope, and even Amran was like, he's such a great player, clever. He just has to stay fit. And
Fairs.
he's capable of great things. So yeah, so his 2 goals, bad.
Okay.
Yeah, like real moment. They came
I'll see
on,
them
guys.
next season.
We
I'm
were
sure they might
rubbish
score them.
up till, and I can absolutely say, up to 60 minutes, 65 minutes, we were rubbish. We weren't doing nothing. Then he made the changes. Midfield was open. It was just like they were cutting through us.
Well, did you
Then
have rubbish
he
players on?
made-
Or not rubbish, but you know
No,
what
it
I
was
mean.
just that the formation, it just wasn't working.
Okay.
And I think players, they were just a bit tense and tight.
And also, the game was done. I mean, in the sense that
Yeah,
it's much
and I
more
agree
about
with
not
you, Mel.
conceding really than
Yeah,
scoring,
exactly,
you know what I mean?
absolutely, and that's exactly what it was, especially in the first
So
half.
you're more
But because
defence
they-
than
because
anything.
when they scored though the goal, And then they had their moments. Onana made a few saves, you know, but they had so they had their moments. That's when the manager was like, "You got to make." He basically decided to make substitutions, and he brought in the 3 players, as I said, and that changed the energy, the formation. Obviously, players moved around, and that's when we got 2 goals. Mason Mount scored the goal to make it 1-1, and then. Oh my gosh, how many even people scored? I can't even remember. And Mason Mount scored 2 goals. And I don't know who scored the other goal. But I was that excited that because, you know, it was Mason Mount's show in the last 20 minutes.
Okay.
Trust me. The place, but the fans were really good as well. Even when we were shit, they maintained the whole.
Yeah, but they would do because you were 3-0 up.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah, they were.
It's different. Like if
you're down,
tense on you and
yeah, for real.
Fans, but
yeah, so I hope he stays fit for the reason that he is clearly a clever player, and you know he makes a huge difference to our team. So also going back to what you're saying, Mel, about injuries. We had, not to say we're comparing my team to Arsenal,
you have
right,
had a lot of
in the levels, but we had a lot of injuries where when I looked at our bench at one point this season, we had kids to the point there was like nobody that you recognised. You had the shit people on the pitch apart from Bruno. Bruno, love you, right? No one can chat to me about Bruno. But the rest of the people, whatever, you can't.
That's what I'm saying, how well Mikel did.
Yeah.
To keep us in second place. With like even think about it, right?
It's true.
Against PSG, right? If you looked on the bench, there were like 4 players we didn't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how we didn't, you know, and this is the semi-finals.
Yeah.
And if you look on our bench, like there weren't no, like, you know, it was like 4 from the under-21s.
Really?
And then a couple of senior defenders.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't paying too much attention
Yeah, but
to
that was a bench.
Wow.
And that's the semi-finals of Champions League.
So wait, that's...
Because of the injuries that we've got.
And I actually thought you got some players back, but clearly not. It was just
not
really
but
Martinelli.
yeah.
And because Gabriel's out for the rest of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus and
Out.
then Havertz for the thing. Yeah, I hear it. Okay, Fairs, I hear it. But yeah, so considering... You know, but I tell you what, if we win a trophy, oh my gosh. Yeah. It's peak. We've got to beat Tottenham, like, bring it on.
But you know.
They did, for sure they did, right? They really did. So, Haaland said
What's that clown say?
that his team, well, firstly, he's fit, Haaland,
Is it what?
right?
Suck a
He
lemon,
said
man.
that his teammates lack hunger.
Yeah, what?
His teammates
Yeah, but
lack
that's not
hunger.
but that's not surprising though, given that they won everything that it was possible to win last season.
Yes, but he's calling them out. So Pep was asked about this at the press conference. That so Haaland said, firstly, Haaland's fit, so he's back. So they're going to win the FA Cup, obviously, because they're playing Crystal Palace. Right, so that's a given.
Come on, Palace.
Oh,
come on, Palace.
No way. You know, Palace ain't doing nothing.
We know that. Can only
but
try.
anyway, so they asking
boys.
Pep. So he's like, well, yeah, obviously he's fit and blah, 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 he's back. And then they said to him, so Haaland's made a statement saying that he thinks that his teammates lack,
Get lost.
you know,
Hunger.
Sorry. Pep's goes, this is literally Pep's face. So I'm just picturing his press.
Mm-hmm.
Pep goes, well, then he should talk to his teammates then, isn't it? I cannot.
Done chat.
You know what I mean? That is a great response.
Yeah, done chat.
We love that
in
one.
his accent, you know, he literally just said, well, he should go and talk to his teammates. And literally is what Pep was, I said, yes, I actually like that response.
Yeah.
Well,
What they wanted to say. What they wanted to
This
say.
is what I'm saying. Like,
Sometimes
It's true though, you know, it's true.
Sometimes
Press are
right,
stupid enough.
They
expect
just ask
you
the
to say,
most
yeah.
dumbest questions.
What
Like,
and
come
your
on.
response, and I guess even goes down to when you ask, when I was coming saying for Arteta, I hear it because obviously when you're not going to say, any manager's not going to say, oh yeah, I want my team to lose. You're not going to say that, and I totally hear it.
And they're going to pick your
It's
team and
the
say, I
way-
think they can do it and they can
and
win
I
and we've
think
got...
that comes
that.
though, but the point,
gotta give him
for
that
real, of
momentum.
course you do, but I guess that also, I think sometimes you don't need to go that extra. Don't give them the satisfaction. Do a Pep. Do you know what I mean? I just don't respond.
Yeah.
But what I was
He's
trying to say
different.
was,
He's just on
no.
another
But
level.
what I'm trying to say is to that, the press almost antagonize you
Yeah.
to make
of
you
course.
say those things.
Because-
To
and
then make
want
you
you
say
have to
more.
remember, right? Pep has done the thing in Spain with Barcelona. He's done the thing in Bayern Munich in Germany.
Yeah,
he's
he
a
has.
seasoned
Oh, no,
manager.
he's a seasoned manager.
You can't chat to him and fuck him up.
Nope.
Right? Arteta, this is his first job. He's got
True.
to learn.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and he's very passionate.
Oh yeah, he's very.
He
passionate.
wears his
He
heart
is
on his sleeve for
very
your
passionate.
team. I tell you what, and I genuinely, do you know what? As much as you come for my team and you never, well, no, actually, you just said you want my team to beat Spurs because you hate Spurs, so that's the only time. But I wanted them to win. I wanted you guys to win for you.
Oh.
It's
No,
true. Though. It would have been
genuinely.
good. It would have
For you,
been
it
so
wasn't like-
good
because
if
no,
you
I
guys
ju-
went through.
And
for
to the
you,
point
for
where I
sure.
sit down and was like, Clive, like, I really want this for Mel, you know.
Yeah, it would have been really
And I
good.
thought, what about the rest of the Arsenal? Like, no, for you, like, genuinely, I wanted it for you because it would have been nice.
It would be nice.
You know, so I'm not a hater. Like, that's because I love you. Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck the rest of Arsenal, but I love you, Mel.
Well,
You
Then
know.
you have to reciprocate.
Nah.
Clara.
I can't. No. Are you sure?
Yeah, it is.
You have to support her team now for her. innit?
That's why I said no.
She is. She is.
Yeah, this
That's what I'm
time
saying.
she is.
On
Drawn,
this
there's
occasion,
like-
no, on this occasion she does.
Yeah.
And
Because
this
she
is
hates
what I'm
Tottenham.
saying. Yeah.
Really
So
lost.
this time my team wins.
I'm gonna hate Tottenham for you.
You're gonna hate them as well.
I'm gonna hate them
Come
for
on,
you as
come
well.
on, come on. You know.
So,
We all
yeah.
hate them together, yeah.
I'll just be having
And
my
I
dinner.
don't really know. And I think now our boys just kind of want the Premiership to be done.
I think at this point we
Yeah,
all do.
for real.
Yeah, like once the winners,
It's
decided,
done. Yeah.
and unless you're like,
Okay.
unless you're Man City,
Relegation.
relegation's
Champions
done.
League. No, what I'm trying to say.
It's just Champions League.
Yeah, the little
That have got
Yes.
Villa,
Those are the
Newcastle,
exciting
positions. Those are
things.
the only ones
Those
that
are
are.
the
Nottingham
exciting
Forest.
bits.
That's
Yeah. But
everything else
Nottingham
was
Forest,
dead.
speaking of Nottingham Forest, how come they've literally just dropped performance in the last few games?
Well, they dropped later than I thought they would.
For real?
They
They're
would
gonna
have
do it
dropped
sooner.
a
While
while
ago.
ago.
We were saying
Right,
it.
and
Remember
then-
Lou
yeah.
was saying it. Lou was
And
like,
then-
yeah, you lot have been saying they were going to drop from and they
I
didn't.
thought it would have been, but it looks like
They're literally just, it's like they're crumbling before our own eyes. Like, why are you doing this now? I really thought you were going to be out there doing bits. But they're just not.
Do you know what? They just need to get back to their rightful place, really.
which is
Down the bottom.
Where you are?
Yeah, and we need to get back to where we belong.
Huh?
Up the top.
Which top?
What do you mean, which top? Are you serious?
Which top? Though? Tell
Where
me,
we
please.
used to live.
Where?
Top number 1, baby, or at least 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Or 5.
No, 5's not counting 4 because top 3 is to get to the Champions League, but top 3 even better.
Hey,
But yeah, that's what we need to do.
yeah, no,
But we're a couple of seasons away. Oh yeah, we are. We're a couple of seasons away. I can definitely admit that.
Yeah, there's a
Listen,
lot of-
I'm a realist. This is why I don't
There's a lot of
understand.
work to
This
do.
is why I get a bit upset. I'm gonna be honest.
About
right?
why?
Passionate. When I'm talking about my team and you come for me, I know what my team is.
Yeah.
So I don't need the extras. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I'm talking about my team, just
Konami.
see what I'm saying. See what I'm saying.
Oh, they need an extra diaper. Sorry, I couldn't resist it. Sorry. I couldn't resist it.
them quality pull-ups.
You see that? Or she wanted some pep. Because diarrhea.
See? Even you see what I'm saying? Every time it's all right, allow it. It's okay. Do you know why people hate Man United so
Why?
much? And I'll accept it because we've won so much over the years. Like we've
Actually,
won a lot of stuff, and we were winners for a long time. That you lot were winning too.
I can actually say to you,
So I think that's why you just you know.
the Arsenal Man United rivalry.
Oh, that was brilliant.
I remember way before,
Back in the 70s.
in early 80s,
Okay.
the year that we beat Liverpool 2-0 at Anfield to win the league,
Yeah.
right, the first division, we had played Man United because we'd had a point deducted, you know, that year, because we had played Man United and a fight with Man United on the pitch,
Yeah, but
and we got 2 points deducted and you got 1. We were throwing.
So
So
the- yeah,
the
but
rivalry with Man United is
It's not
It
yesterday.
goes
It goes
back.
back. I was just going
Yeah,
to add
it goes
Martin
back.
Keown
Yeah.
because that now reminds me. You
Oh,
know, the
mate,
starters,
Martin Keown
'cause
was
Martin Keown
just
started. That's
not
why you had the
a
two players
fan.
inducted, innit?
You probably were. No,
No, of
I'm
course I
talking about-
didn't. I'm just taking the piss.
Yeah, no, it's got nothing to do with that part because that was a part under Wenger. No,
No, I'm taking the piss. I'm saying you got history of starting fights. You started a fight. You had 2 points deducted. We had 1
Let's
point.
not talk about Cantona.
Oh, Cantona.
Oh, mate, that's-
Let's not talk about some of the things that I've seen your team do. Yeah,
Let's not.
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
not.
but
Let's not.
Cantona's
Let's
like.
not. Let's not.
Cantona's
Yeah, exactly,
special.
you know what I
He's
mean?
just, you know, he's
Literally.
just got a place of
let's
his
not,
own.
Let's not talk about some of the things that I've seen Never do, Scholes do, and let's not talk about Roy Keane, who actually fucked up Haaland's dad for revenge.
No.
For
No, I
revenge.
didn't say tackles. I said starting fights.
That almost like a war.
Listen, I know Roy Keane. Listen, I'm trying.
Roy Keane, yeah, Roy Keane was
But our
different.
Keane,
history
yeah.
of Man United is
Yeah.
actually before Fergie and Alex.
Of course, clearly.
It goes back because we.
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah,
we talk about that.
clearly.
You
Okay,
know,
okay.
that's
For
what I'm
you
saying,
now,
so-
I get it. What's your
It's
excuse?
Liverpool, innit?
You're not saying now.
Sorry.
What she said.
What did I say?
You said it's Liverpool, innit?
Well, don't they say that Liverpool Man U is one of
No,
the biggest
I know.
derbies going?
It is.
I think it's probably even worse than Everton Toronto.
Yeah, it is actually.
But that's a friendly derby because it's just a split.
It's just a
Split
little
and a half,
something.
exactly.
Lots
But no,
of
the
families, yeah.
yeah, the history between Liverpool and United, it's just like,
Mate,
When you hear Liverpool fans singing a song about the Munich air crash, it's just like
it's just
This
a
is if people
different
died, you
thing. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but that's what. Anyway, let me even get started on people football
no,
because
no,
that's
no.
where I
They
just
take
cross
it.
the
They
line.
take it to a whole.
They cross the
level.
absolute. They
Yeah.
take the piss. They take the piss. Well, anyway, your manager, like we talked about it earlier, but he said the best goalkeeper, the best player on the pitch was the goalkeeper.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
For when?
Because without
for
him,
the
they would have gone out.
PSG games. Yeah,
Yeah, without him, we would have scored.
yeah.
So for sure,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't argue with that.
And
But Slot, first Dutch manager to win the Prem.
Is it?
Van Dijk, yeah. First captain to win the Prem.
Well, the first Dutch captain. Mm-hmm. So when you guys won it, Ruud van Nistelrooy wasn't the captain.
no.
Okay.
No.
And
Now
when,
imagine first-
and when, hold on, when, no, Chelsea didn't win it with Ruud Gullit.
No love.
Chelsea won it
Chelsea
with
did
Di
Chelsea-
Matteo.
But he's not Dutch.
No.
There's no. He's the first Dutch.
I'm just thinking, like that's
Sorry,
surprises
you know
me.
what? I went Di Matteo.
Because
You
Overmars,
know, talk about Dutch people.
yeah,
Italian. You
I
are,
was like,
you are bringing on Italian,
he's
man.
not Dutch.
All I'm thinking about Chelsea winning the Champions League.
Champions League.
But Overmars
Over the Mars.
Was he captain for you lot
No.
at one point? No.
So you're saying Dutch put captain in the UK?
Prem. Yeah.
Okay.
Prem.
As a, right. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, there's not going to be anything.
No,
else,
I
is it?
thought she was saying
Ever
captain
like.
for Dutch, for Holland.
Oh,
That's
from
why I was
as
saying
in-
Holland
No,
weren't
no,
these
no,
players.
no,
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 a
no,
So
Dutch,
no, yeah,
Dutch
I misheard you.
player,
Yeah.
captain
In the
Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's going to be. I mean, that's
But,
can be a first.
Like, you've got to give him flowers.
For me, Van Dijk not so much, but your manager,
Oh, yeah. Got to
You
give
know
him
what I'm trying to
flowers.
say?
You've got
Totally.
to give
Yeah,
him his flowers. He
reluctantly I would give him
deserves.
flowers because actually he won it. So
He did.
deserves
That's what
all
I'm
the
saying.
flowers.
Imagine,
Absolutely,
he just comes in
exactly.
fresh
First
off the boat.
season. First season. This manager's first season, Drow, and he's won.
the league.
And again,
And
I said
we
he
didn't
inherited
have
the
to-
team, but
no.
they were a good team.
Yeah, he inherited
He didn't buy
Managerial
nobody
skill.
apart from one man who sat down on the bench. So he used the.
But
he
you were a great
recycled.
team before, so which
Fine,
is great.
but we
yeah.
still didn't win it
And
last
how were they
season.
before he came in?
No, but you still do. You did.
How were they before
We
he came
were
in?
third, I think, last year.
Yeah.
we were
Yeah,
third.
Oh no, the manager
But we
prior to that was
weren't
good
even
because
like
he won
2
the
points.
Prem.
No, we were a bit from the
Right.
top. This season, we won it before the Prem even finishes. We like 4 or 5 games to go. Girl,
Yeah.
this goes to show you don't need to end the season to be what?
No, you
There was
don't.
nothing
Man
wrong
City's
with that.
proven that.
It was all
Not
the
fuck Man
management.
City, excuse my French. We ain't talking about Man City.
No, I'm saying that's proven it.
We don't care. Liverpool did it. and we are winning by how many points? I'm sure we're gonna win like.
Yeah, but talking about points, Arteta made a valid point like a while ago with the points that you lot got. You'd have won the Premier League years ago. He's just saying like, you know, with
Years
the
ago?
points. Yeah, how the points have changed.
Man City raised the bar.
Sorry, not points, goals. You
I was about to
scored,
say, like,
not
what we talking
points.
about?
You scored about 80 or 90 goals this
But last season we scored over 100.
This is what.
Okay, so if you're talking about goals
So
scored,
he's just saying with that performance and scoring that amount of goals.
well-
This was his take. This is what I'm saying.
I
sometimes
didn't
he
hear
said
that,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
the day, it's point, isn't it?
I was like,
If that, you're still second.
is he just? I know, bless him. I think he's just trying to find ways of.
Trying to sweeten the okay.
Soften the
Soften
blow.
the blow.
Yeah, that's the
like,
one.
yeah, that's
That
what
one.
he's trying to do.
I don't know. I think last season was a bit harder because we conceded the least amount of goals. I think it was, or we scored the most amount of goals. One or the other. And you think to yourself, well, hold on, there's really not much more we could have done. It's just that we came across the machine that was Man City.
Yeah.
So my expectations for this season was far greater than what we've ended up with
Yep.
based upon that. But then, you know, you can't always legislate for injuries, referees,
No.
and all the stuff that goes along.
And then people want to
tell you
say
what,
the only
though.
reason we won is because Man City was shit. That's their business.
Actually, I honestly believe part of the reason why you won is because of that fool David Coote. Because I think PGML,
Whatever they are. Yep.
gave you a lot of license because things that we were getting penalised for, you weren't. We were all like, if it's because of that man, after he chatted about
The
Klopp
what happened.
and then
Yeah.
chat about
Yeah.
Liverpool, they felt that they had to give him something.
Do you reckon?
I don't know, I'm just saying.
You see,
I don't know.
people lose.
Conspiracy theory, why
Well,
not?
why not? Do you know what I mean? Why not?
They'll
Just
come
let's
in.
just-
They'll bring
yeah,
out from
just
the
put it out there.
out there,
Allegedly.
grab anything,
Yeah, allegedly.
and try and make it make sense.
Freaking make it make
We
sense.
won.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, and I